So obviously progressed in the next round of the Irish Cup with a 3-2 victory over Queens. Just first of all, initially your thoughts on the game?
I thought the game, look, we started like a house on fire. I think we did more in the first 5 minutes than we did in the next 40. And I think I think we hit the bar or the post in the bar in the first 5 minutes. So that could have set the tone for the rest of that, but unfortunately it didn't. I thought Queens settled into the first half, took control of spells. I thought they were excellent. I thought they played really well, and they got the goal. You know, a bit of confusion in our defending line there with a central defender, midfielder, Coleraine. Ball breaks, ends up in our box, and it ends up in the back of the net. So poor goal to concede, poor first half if I'm being honest. We made a couple of changes at half time. I think that had an impact on the game, and that's what you expect from your subs. And we took control of spells of the second half. They also had chances in the second half. Overall, I thought Queens deserve a lot of credit for the performance they put in, but really happy that we got the result.
Do you think maybe the first 5 minutes, due to obviously hitting the post, hitting the bar, and then maybe scoring, do you think the players might have thought, Jesus, this is going to be maybe a bit of a walk in the park, and then Queens just gradually got themselves back into the game?
Well, I think before they scored their goal, I don't think they had control of the game. I mean, I think it wasn't a pretty game to that point. We did hit the bar, we hit the post, but it's when they got the goal. You know, I think that was the first chance they really had to cross into the box. So once you give a team belief in any game, it doesn't matter, especially a cup game, you give a team belief by letting them score that goal. You know, now it's hard, you got to dig in. So we had to work really hard to get that result today.
Then obviously scoring on maybe 42nd or 3rd minute, going 2-1 up, you're thinking to yourself, right, team talk at half time maybe changes a bit, and then bang, 2 each straight away.
Yeah, it's you know, another good goal from Queens. Poor defending from us, poor bit of miscommunication, and ended up player turning outside the box and driving one into the far corner. So yeah, poor to concede a goal literally immediately after taking the lead. So we knew it was going to have to battle, and thankfully Robbie McDermott does what he does. He appears and scores important goals.
And obviously just on Robbie, hat-trick today, it's obviously his second this season and his 100th appearance. You must be happy with Robbie's.
Robbie's been outstanding. You know, I would say Robbie's probably not satisfied with that performance today overall, but he's probably really happy with the 3 goals, as are we. You know, Robbie's hard on himself, as are all the players in there. Overall, I think the changing room are, after the game, they're happy that we got the result, but they're not happy with the performance, which, if we take the positives out of that, we know we can step it up a few gears. If we step it up a few gears, we can perform a lot better than that. You know, when we look at the performances recently, Larne and Glenalvin, and you know, I think we're much better performances than that. So it's a cup game, glad to get through it, glad to get the result, and we're on to the next round.
I suppose it's you know, to the players, it's what club football's about, topsy-turvy, you know, chances come and go. It's just about getting into the next round, I suppose, at the end of the day.
It's also nice to go out and put in a good performance, you know, like Queens did. I mean, Queens had some great crosses coming in, they had chances. Probably on another day, a couple of them might have ended up hitting the target, but they made it really difficult for us, and I'll give them a lot of credit. They were excellent today.
Obviously haven't touched in the transfer deadline day, obviously a few in and a few out. Just first of all, talking about the signing of Rory Donnelly, how did that come about?
It was completely off the radar. I mean, Rory wasn't even an option because he wasn't available. You know, Cliftonville were not letting Rory Donnelly go, but it just came up in the last 24-48 hours of the possibility of it, and we contacted Cliftonville. Cliftonville contacted us back, and we worked it out. And I think it ended up, no club wants to see quality players leave, but at the end of the day, we're businesses as well. So I think it was good business for both clubs at this moment, and I'd like to say thanks to Cliftonville. They handled it really professionally. Their chairman Jared was professional as always, and look, we managed to get it done on deadline day.
And what sort of impact do you think Rory could obviously bring to the team? He can play it wide, he can play down the middle.
Yeah, well, he's really dynamic, if that's the one word I would use to describe him. He can play through the middle, as you said. He can play left, he can play right, as can Robbie McDermott, as can Andrew Mitchell. You know, so we've got different options that can play in multiple positions. So I think he's going to really fit into what we're doing here.
And obviously with Rory coming in, then meant that Curtis Allen left on loan to Coleraine, and then obviously signed a contract with him for another 2 years. Just give us your thoughts on
Curtis. Since I arrived, he played 7 games for me last season, and only a couple of games this season. So unfortunately, I didn't get to see him as much as previous managers. I know his history with the club. He's been a great servant to the club. He's a great player. I would have loved to have had him healthy this season. I think he would have had a big impact on this team. So yes, sad to see him go, really, but a player with that quality, a goal scorer. But there's never a right time for these. There's never a good time. There's just a time. The time comes for everyone. And I think the opportunity for Curtis to secure a 2-year contract from another Premier League team at this point in his career is a good deal for everyone. So I'm happy that he secured that for him and his family. Disappointed that he's gone from Glentoran, but he'll be remembered by the fans. He'll be, considered probably a legend one day. So I'd like to thank him for his time he was here.
And then obviously it was announced yesterday that Hervoy's confirmed injury. Just obviously your thoughts on that.
Yeah, look, it's disappointing. Any time a player is out for with a long-term injury, it's never a good day. Hervoy's been excellent for us. It was probably his best season in recent years, playing overseas, but he's having a great season here in the Irish League. He was getting stronger and stronger and going from strength to strength, week in, week out, taking control of games, scoring goals. So it's disappointing to lose him, but now we've got other players who need to step up, and put the ball in the net. And that's why we've got, we made the signings we did. Now we're not relying on Hervoy to chip in with another 10. Maybe we need 3 from this player and 4 from that player. And I think we've got the squad that can do that. So yeah, sad to see him down for a while, just as we are with McMurray. We're down in the same game. I hope he's doing well. It's a long road back, but they'll be back.
And obviously next week, back to league action against Coleraine at home. Thoughts on the Coleraine game?
Coleraine, we played them, we drew up there 2-2 in the league, and we drew 2-2 at home early in the season. Games could have went either way. It was literally, they were games of 2 halves. The home game was a game of 2 halves. They were 2-0 up at half time. We had to fight and get back. The game up there was, we were up 2-0 at half time. They fought and got back, and they could have won it. So with Coleraine, you know what they expect. It's going to be a hard fought game. They can be direct, they can play football, they've got quality players, they've got a quality manager. So look, we'll prepare for it as best we can, and that's the way we look at it. That's the only one to think about, is the next one.